We look at the go-home edition of SmackDown, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the real reason why WWE are pushing Jey Uso. John Cena says he still loves Vince McMahon. Will the Shield reunite in WWE? A huge WWE return confirmed. Could we see a huge return at WrestleMania 41? Lana returns to WWE. Bad news for Rey Mysterio. Donald Trump honored with the Fala. The Rock will be at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes wants to give Travis Scott a receipt. Triple H's bizarre Waxworks goes viral, and much more. Now, as always, won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, is number 1, Seth's sacrifice. As Seth Rollins would open up the go-home edition of SmackDown, and whilst his promo seemed calm and composed, it showed Rollins' true passion for the game, as he argued that CM Punk only came back to get a fat paycheck, and that he's a coward and a fraud, even referencing CM Punk's line in AEW, "Tell me when I'm telling lies." But even the OTC wasn't safe, as he mentioned that he didn't even pretend to care about any of the fans. But it was surprising to see him name-drop Dean Ambrose whilst talking about the origins of the Shield. Or was the crowd really getting to him when they were chanting Roman Reigns or Punk? No, not really. He stayed firm and told us about true sacrifice. As Seth would openly mention that his stepdad was dying of cancer and his knee was in terrible shape as he fought to be there at WrestleMania 40, making sure that Reigns would not retain the Undisputed Championship. This promo was passionate, yet you could see his vulnerable side very clearly. Number 2, they finally pushing him. Does winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal really mean anything at all, now that it's not even part of WrestleMania and instead relegated to SmackDown? Well, whatever you think of it, Battle Royals are still fun. The match was filled with some great stars of The Miz, Andrade, Carlito, Rey Fenix, Karrion Kross, and R-Truth, but they still couldn't get Almost on for this. I mean, it's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal with no giants. But nevertheless, the match featured the usual teamwork, but at the same time lots of dissension with some comedic elements. We love the spot where the Luchas all turned on Chad Gable, and also love the fact that he's in the match because he doesn't have a match at Mania. But to all those naysayers who think that El Grande Americano really is Chad Gable, well, El Grande actually appeared in the match and interfered, eliminating Rey Fenix, probably to get payback for Chad Gable's elimination. But the final came down to Hayes and Andrade, and what a final too. It was down to the wire, but surprisingly Hayes got the victory. Well, let's hope this win actually means something and WWE gives Carmelo Hayes a chance. This win was really surprising after all. Number 3, the Open Challenge is official. Randy Orton cut a hell of a promo, as whilst he's unable to face Kevin Owens on the grand stage, he's now made an official Open Challenge. But just who will answer it though? Number 4, an incredible hype video. A hats off to WWE for producing an incredible hype video for Night 1's main event, a triple threat between Reigns, Punk, and Rollins. Not quite my way, but definitely up there. And number 5, John Cena is losing, isn't he? There's no way WWE couldn't have had their go-home show without a Cody and Cena face-off. Sunday will be the last time John Cena will ever compete at WrestleMania, but John Cena tells us that he fears nothing. Now, this was another fierce trade of outright cooking each other. Even though Cody Rhodes surprisingly got booed, and quite loud boos, he probably got the better end of it by mentioning that John Cena was paler than Sting at Starrcade 97, and that he outright said that he couldn't wrestle. But now this is the second time that Cody Rhodes has laid out John Cena, so is that a good indication that John Cena is winning at WrestleMania? Well, I'm still gonna stick to that prediction anyway, that he's gonna lose. Sometimes you just can't say shit and go back on it, right? Well, that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, seizure warning. I don't really need to put a seizure warning on Rey Fenix's entrance. It's understandable that wrestling entrances will have high energy in its lights, but they definitely go too far with Fenix without any warning. There's probably a number of fans who suffer from epilepsy, so a warning would be nice. Number 2, what was that interview? Now we've said all that we need to regarding the feud with Flair and Stratton. It's gone beyond a simple feud for the title and seems personal, but what was that sit-down interview? Something about it just seemed off, as if they rolled in Flair off the street and said, "Hey, we need to do an interview, so go." In regards to Tiffany's sit-down interview, hers was slightly better, but why does she always have such a defeatist attitude? Shouldn't she be going in with 100% confidence? She's the champion. And number 3, why not at Mania? Now the Street Profits and Motor City Machine Gun fought a valiant match with the tag titles on the line, but it all came to a sudden halt when DIY ran in to steal the titles. And now we hate DQ finishes and title match, but this one could have served a great purpose, as WWE undoes its wrongs and has the titles being defended in a triple threat at Mania. Well, we kinda got that, but we didn't. We actually have a TLC match between the 3 tag teams, but it's not happening at Mania. Why not? This match could have absolutely slapped at Mania. Seriously, I would easily trade in the War Raiders versus the New Day match for a TLC match. Also nothing downright ugly, this was a solid go-home edition of SmackDown, and in our opinion, better than Raw's go-home episode. Now let's move on to the news. Now first we looks at the real reason that WWE are pushing Jey Uso. Now our top story today takes a look at Triple H's latest interview, as he's gone into detail on the real reason why he's opted to push Jey Uso at the top of the card. Triple H was interviewed for the official WWE YouTube channel, and in the interview, the game outright stated that Main Event Jey isn't the best worker in the world, yet he's over with the audience, and that is what matters. Jey has great athletic ability, and the things that he does in the ring, he does well. Is he the most technical guy here? No. Is he the greatest performer on the face of the earth in ring? No. But he has charisma and a likability that he lets people in, and they want to see him succeed. When you walk into a building with 10,000, 30,000 or 60,000 and he walks out and that whole place is doing his entrance with him and is hanging on everything he does and are hanging on to his words and his moments, that's what it takes to be a top guy. It's about box office. Jey has proven what he said he was, and that's Main Event Jey Uso. Jey is now set for the biggest match of his career, and he will take on Gunther on night 1 of WrestleMania Saturday. Do you guys think that he will do it and become World Heavyweight Champion? Next up, John Cena says he still loves Vince McMahon. It's well documented that John Cena and Vince McMahon have a close personal relationship, and now Cena has stated that he wants people to know that he loves McMahon. While speaking to New York Times, this is what Cena had to say. "I don't care who hears it. I love Vince. I'm not downplaying anything that needs to be decided or allegations of any kind, but when I love somebody, I love them wholeheartedly. I know people are going to be angry about that, but they can't put their value on my relationship with somebody I love." Naturally, fans are calling out Cena for his comments, and it appears that WWE's disastrous week from a PR perspective is continuing. The WrestleMania 41 set looks absolutely incredible. Now, after more than a week of building at the Allegiant Stadium, the WrestleMania 41 set has finally been revealed. As during the live Pat McAfee show, the grand stage was revealed by Pat himself, and it looks absolutely insane. The set has a long electronic walkway, similar to the one used at WrestleMania 33, when Randy Orton came down to the ring in what could only be described as a huge sperm following him. But the showcase is obviously the stage, which looks huge. Since this year's WrestleMania is casino themed, they went all out this year by building what looks to be the famous Plaza Hotel and Casino located on the Las Vegas Strip. WWE nailed this one with the lights, the energy, the vibe. It just looks incredible. It also seems like the blueprint that was leaked online was 100% legit. Is this the best WrestleMania stage ever though? I would still say no. Whilst it looks phenomenal, it still can't beat WrestleMania 33's Universal theme set that even included a 1-to-1 scale freaking roller coaster. A WrestleMania 39 set also comes close, but what do you guys think? Is this the best set WWE has ever done for WrestleMania? Next up, the Shield to reunite in WWE. As Seth Rollins is a bona fide future WWE Hall of Famer. During his media duties as part of WrestleMania week, Rollins was asked who should induct him into the Hall of Fame. During Fanatics Live, Rollins stated that he would like his Shield brothers Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose to do the honor. Are we sure I'm going to get into the Hall of Fame? My wife does come to mind. We have a professional connection, but our connection is very personal as well, so I don't know if we want to go there. Honestly, the first 2 names that come to mind, unfortunately, one of them I have to beat their ass at WrestleMania, that would be Roman Reigns. The other one doesn't work for this company anymore, and that's Jon Moxley. Those are the guys I'm most tied to in our industry. I don't know the answer. Hopefully that is a long way down the road, and we'll figure it out when we get there. It's nice to have multiple candidates in case one falls through. Seeing the Shield reunite for Rollins' Hall of Fame induction would be truly incredible. The Shield themselves as a trio no doubt are Hall of Fame stable, and it's likely that WWE will one day look to induct the group as a collective unit, but that's if Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, even agrees to it. Next up, a huge WWE return confirmed. WWE have now confirmed that former US champion Rusev is returning to the company, and he won't be going by the name Miro, he will be going by the name Rusev. The news was confirmed by Biggie during a Fanatics Live, and this is what he had to say. Someone that's just been announced to return, you didn't see that? I reached out to him and he confirmed that the news is indeed true. I don't know when he'll be back, but there is Rusev, a blast from the past. And actually this is very topical because he had just announced that he is returning to the Squared Circle here in World Wrestling Entertainment. Next up, Lana signs with WWE. Now, whilst we have confirmation that Rusev has signed with WWE, there's now news on Lana's position, as a report from PW Insider states that Lana is under a WWE Legends deal. A PW Insider also confirmed that the couple are in Las Vegas, with speculation he could even return as early as WrestleMania, possibly even being Randy Orton's opponent. Next up, bad news for Rey Mysterio. Now, it could be bad news for Rey Mysterio, as it seems that after the 6-man tag match, Rey Mysterio landed wrong, and a video surfaced of him being carried out by officials as it was clear he couldn't put any weight on his ankle. Now, we're wishing all the best for Rey Mysterio, and hopefully he's okay for his match at WrestleMania tomorrow night. Next up, WrestleMania 41 can see a huge return, and Chelsea Green being left off the WrestleMania card has led to a lot of criticism directed towards WWE. With Green being the first ever women's US champion, fans expected her and the title to be showcased at WrestleMania 41, but evidently that isn't on the horizon. According to a new report from Fightful Select, there were numerous pitches thrown out for Green at WrestleMania 41. The pitches include an open challenge and even wrestling names such as Nikki Bella or Alexa Bliss. The report adds that both of these were ultimately rejected. Next up, a WWE star defends Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been the talk of the wrestling world over the past 48 hours. Now, an old report has surfaced from Survivor Series back in 2020. In 2020, it was widely reported that Reigns insisted that Nia Jax and Lana scrap their planned table spot, as he wanted to deliver a table spot in his match with Drew McIntyre. Now, upon these reports resurfacing, Jax took to X to confirm that they are completely false, and this never even happened. Next up, Donald Trump honored with the Fala. Roman Reigns recently commented on his support for US President Donald Trump, and on the same day, President Trump was presented with the Fala in the Oval Office. Assistant to the President and White House Director of Communications Stephen Chung posted a video on social media. With Trump being honored with the Fala, this could lead to a triple threat at WrestleMania 42 between Reigns, The Rock, and Trump for tribal supremacy. Next up, The Rock will be at WrestleMania, and we're just a day away from WWE opening Night 1 of WrestleMania, and we still have no official confirmation on whether The Rock will appear in John Cena's corner. However, it seems that The Rock will be involved in some way. As WrestleVotes reported, a source close to WrestleVotes indicates that The Rock likely will be involved in some fashion this weekend in Las Vegas. Nothing else has been revealed, while many on the inside aren't clued in either way. We did reach out to a source who's familiar with plans, who simply said they could not speak on the situation, so we're hearing that it's likely you see The Rock. However, nobody has been able to confirm that to us. Now again, The Rock has to be involved in WrestleMania in some capacity. Otherwise, what was the point with him being involved in John Cena's heel turn? If The Rock wasn't going to be involved at all, he didn't even need to be there. Next up, Cody Rhodes wants to give Travis Scott a receipt. And despite Travis Scott being involved in the Elimination Chamber beatdown of Cody Rhodes, he hasn't been mentioned in any capacity on television. However, it looks like Scott will be at WrestleMania 41, and according to new reports, Rhodes has stated during an appearance on the